We're leaving here together. If I don't leave here with you, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
There's nothing wrong for you. Is this the guy that you really want to marry? A guy who's gonna judge you this easily?
He told me he can't see a future without me.
Wow, I said that.
So you don't think it's even worth it to even get to know each other more?
A girl that I have dated is Lydia.
Do you feel like emotionally I have a stronger connection to someone else? No, that's Chris. You know we're official.
Welcome, ladies and jokes. It's day 2 of a 3-day marathon of Love is Blind. If you haven't watched the first part, I will encourage you to do so. But if you're coming here and wondering what happened in the middle of Love is Blind, you've come to the right place. This is the middle, episodes 4 to 8, because Netflix decided to release the show in such a weird order that I decided to do it in such a weird order.
1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 4 plus 4, 8 plus 8, 1 plus 1.
Normally I do a massive deep dive, but this is chunkized. And I am telling you the reason right now is because Love is Blind Season 1 had everyone captured by the gonads. In fact, I believe Season 1 and maybe even 2 got captured at the time of everyone isolated. So it actually had an incredible viewership of around 20 million, they said. Since then, viewership has absolutely dwindled and they needed to do different things, such as the last season, their first live reunion, which was an absolute disaster. So every season, Love is Blind finds different ways to try and hook people in their weird fashion because they know more and more people don't really care anymore. And I can tell you by looking at the first part of the series, I don't either. I thought the contestants were good, but I think we peaked last season. This is a peak at destruction. Just to catch you up, the couples, by the way, are JP and Taylor. JP is the American, Taylor is the person who likes the American. Uche and Aaliyah. That's weird. Right now, we don't know what's happening there because the last scene we saw was Uche saying that he loves her, he wants to propose to her, but she's not even there. So that's weird. We got Lydia and Milton, don't know either. And Stacy and Baldman. Izzy, I forgot his name. So we've got all those couples, as well as Johnny and Chris, who aren't together. Probably shouldn't have said that because it's very sad. But yeah, it's been 4 episodes and people aren't out of the pods yet. This is a new low for Love is Blind. Normally everyone is doing things by now, but we're behind schedule as usual. And as of the time of recording this, my 3rd episode will come out very soon. I'm waiting for the episodes to come out. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna take you through parts 4 and 8 today.
Nice.
If you haven't subscribed by now, then F you. What? I have a broken back from carrying all this weight of watching this piece of shit show. So if you're not gonna subscribe, then just watch it and sit. That's fine. Also, follow me at 16leo_ if you want to. If you don't want to, again, my back's broken from carrying this conversation. I need to drink something. All right, let's continue. Last time we left off, Uche and Aaliyah were doing great. They had had their relationship spats. They had faced a lot of adversity, but seemed to have got through it. Lydia sort of came in the middle of the two. But as I said, they talked it out. They're good. And Uche wants to propose. He gets into the pods, and it turns out that Aaliyah is not there because she's actually left the show. What? And that's where we pick off.
Hello?
Uche. Unfortunately, Elias decided to not continue with the experiment.
Damn, you could have told him before he went in the pod, couldn't you? Hello, I'd like to marry you, and I think that you are really good. I am one of your biggest fans. Uche, she's not here. Then why did you let me get into the pod? Uche, gotta be real with you. I forgot. I saw you come in. I actually just wanted to laugh a little bit. It was funny. Man, they threw this guy under the bus. They let him do all his shit. Aaliyah? Aaliyah? Should we tell him? No, give him 5 minutes. Aaliyah? God damn, when Love is Blind wants to be dramatic, they sure do. That music choice is a bit much, isn't it? Wow. It's like a trailer for an action movie that nobody wanted to see and doesn't feature action.
Something has to have happened. There's gotta be something I'm missing.
Honestly, the music choice in Love is Blind, if anybody can at some point get me to someone who can talk to the people of Love is Blind, I would love to. I would offer them to do music. Not for free, but like, you guys need a way better music choice. This is like actually to the point where it's aggressively annoying. Like I might even turn off the show because of how bad the music choices are. Like I don't need angry singers singing at me to signify that this is a sad moment / an angry moment / a betrayal. Trust me, I understand. I can see what Uche is doing. Thanks, Love is Blind.
I can't accept this without having the chance to talk to her. Like, I need to talk to her. I need to talk to her.
So it turns out Aaliyah left without saying anything to anyone. And it's kind of weird because I assumed that she and Uche had sorted things out because the last conversation did the same thing Love is Blind does. They have a sort of a spat, then they get over it, then they say something fun. I think the last thing she said was, you're gonna have a baddie on your arm or something. So there was no indication at all that from that conversation she would have left. And it's leaving Uche blindsided. So he's calling her, he does it on the show, and surprise, surprise, she picks up.
Hello? Aaliyah, what happened?
There was like a exchange of words between Lydia and I.
We talked about this, Aaliyah.
It's changed.
Damn, things changed though. Is the worst thing you want to ever hear. Can you imagine going to your wedding day and it's like, Aaliyah, I love you. Things changed. I'm leaving. Damn. The thing with Aaliyah that I do not like is that the first time they had a fight, she just left the room without saying anything.
I think that's a good thing. Aaliyah?
Now she left the show. Honestly, if you gave her more time, maybe the country, she would have been back in Japan. The fact that she left without saying a damn word is like a huge red flag for me personally. Yes, maybe you had a fight with Lydia, but there's no reason if you wanted to head back, you wouldn't have been like, Uche, I gotta go. Lydia's a piece of ass. And I don't mean the good one. You left this guy high and dry, and I don't know. Like, even if Lydia said all the stuff about Uche, which she could have, wouldn't you want to at least ask him or give him the benefit of the doubt before just like making your mind up? I feel like that's a really, really sad thing to do to Uche, to just leave him here.
What did Lydia say?
I told her if you didn't propose, maybe you could have him back if you wanted.
Why would you say something like that?
Yeah, why? Actually, now I'm really confused. Maybe Lydia said,
Uche has a small pee-pee.
and then she's like, I'm on the next flight back. I don't, maybe something like that. But there wasn't even that. Aaliyah threw Uche under the bus by saying, Lydia, you could have him if you really want him. You don't say that behind your man's back. This guy was coming to propose to you. Now he's just gonna propose a war, man. Oh, damn.
I feel like she smothers me a little bit. Every time she comes, she brings you up.
Why does all of that matter? It happened.
Uche, I'm sorry.
Ooh, okay, we're back to this. I don't know if you watched the last episode, but I had a little... I don't know what numbers we're up to, but I remember drinking when people cry was water, because I drink the tears of those. No matter. Bottoms up, right?
Oh, the tears of unfathomable sadness. Yummy.
Ooh, that tastes horrible.
I still love you. I still want you.
Then why aren't you here?
Pretty good question. I've never seen Love is Blind reach like to this status before where the girl like leaves and they're like, do you want us to call her? Actually, I don't know the protocol because she left the show. Oh, she loves you and wants you, huh? That's why she's on the show. Except in a different place. Why isn't she here? That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. You can't have it both ways. You're gonna either have to fight for your partner and really, really love them despite all of the adversity that comes with them. Like, you don't get to choose which things you fight and which things you don't fight over. You either are there or you aren't. But she's like, I still love you and want you from a distance when things are like actually okay. I'm not sure. That's like on her terms, and I don't think that that's okay, personally. Another shot.
Your tears are so yummy and sweet.
If you can't put up with the situation of even being in the room with somebody that I used to date.
Be my husband,
No, Aaliyah, we will never get to that point.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta agree with Uche again. I don't know what kind of weird cop-out it is, but Aaliyah's like, yo, if we were married, this would have never happened. Well, no, because you have to actually get through this to even probably get married. This is like an obstacle course and the prize is at the end, and she's like, if I had the prize, I wouldn't have to do the obstacle course. Yeah, but that's not how that works. You have to get through the obstacles to get married, probably. I don't think being married would solve this issue at all. It feels like a weird cop-out that Aaliyah's doing right now.
Some girl said something to you, and you let that come in between us.
How do you not know that when she was at your place, she didn't see an email and applied to be on this damn show?
What? When I heard that, I was like, you know some information he doesn't? I thought what she was insinuating was that she knew that Lydia went onto Uche's email and applied to be on Love is Blind because they had this relationship and they went their separate ways, and Lydia was like just too obsessed over him. I thought she had known that information or Lydia had admitted it, but it turns out she was just guessing. She literally said,
How do you know that that's not the case?
and at that point, she could be guessing anything. How do you know Lydia isn't the CIA operative of Colombia or, you know, basically just South America in general, and then probably found your information, went on Love is Blind so that she could suck both the information and you at the same time? How do you know that, huh? FBI. I'm fucking broke and investigating.
Are you fucking kidding me right now? Did you seriously just ask me that?
I don't know how she and you are both here in the first.
I don't either, Aaliyah.
Yeah, it makes weird guessing, Aaliyah. Weird time to start guessing now on the phone call at the 11th hour. Here, let me venture a guess, okay? She basically got your social security number, cloned you, and then went on Love is Blind. The real you is stuck in a basement, and I'm gonna find out who you are, Uche. If that is your real name, Uch-O, probably, I don't know. I'm just venturing some guesses. As soon as I went home, I wrote down a list of things that Lydia could have done to get on the show. I have 6,000 answers right now. So it seems like she's getting a little bit out of hand right now, I would say.
I don't fucking know how she's here. You had one day. You had to sit in a room with a girl for one day. You chose to go home instead. And you didn't think about me at all.
I mean, I gotta say, like, I don't know how Aaliyah could spin this narrative. I'm not really too good here with like this. I'm trying to see it from her point of view. When I do stuff like this, it's important that you try and look at both perspectives. But oftentimes, especially when I do videos on Love is Blind, I get people who are so emotionally invested that they forget to logically look at points. And I think you need both. So I'm trying to look at her perspective. I can see that it probably hurt her. I could see that if you're dealing with a crazy, shady ex, sometimes you don't want those problems. But then you need to make that decision. If you don't want those problems, you have to tell the person, like tell Uche, look man, the baggage that comes with your ex is too much for me to handle, and I think I'm dipping. You can't say that I'm leaving, but I still want you, but I don't know how to solve this situation. That's a bit too much for someone to handle, especially when you're in your late 20s and early 30s. This is like childish behavior, and I gotta just say that it's just not looking good for Aaliyah. This is just not how you're supposed to react to situations. If you run from everything, it'll catch up to you and you'll never ever know how to get past it. Personal experience, I know.
Are you thinking about me?
Yes, I'm thinking about you. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. You didn't even write me a letter. You couldn't even say goodbye? Nothing?
This is the most emotion Uche has ever...
Nothing? You couldn't do anything for me?
Someone programmed him with the like next update for Emotion. Emotion Volume 1. What is wrong? I am so angry. Nothing? That sounded like an anime. You couldn't write me a letter? Nothing? Aaliyah, you've made an enemy.
Nothing?
Time to do that. In a moment.
I cannot believe this.
Yeah, she said she didn't have time to do that. Classic. If someone's important enough, you'll make time. If this guy really, really, you know, if you cared, you would have messaged him on Instagram, something. I mean, I don't know why he went to letter. You didn't have a pigeon deliver me a message? Why? You didn't have an octopus ink write things and then I could look at it underwater? What? He went through like the weirdest way to like talk about things or send letters, but yeah, you could have messaged him on any of the platforms, I'm sure, and if Love is Blind doesn't have that, I'm sure you could have left a letter. Yeah.
This is exactly what I thought was gonna happen. I was gonna let myself get close to the wrong person.
Ooh! He just dropped that in there. He made that decision right there and then. Holy moly on a stick. That's not a thing. I just let myself get next to the wrong person. God damn. Uche really dropped that one on there. And then she doesn't take it well, obviously. Who would? Personal experience. I know. This is exactly what you want to say if you want to end things. I guess I'm just with the wrong person. oh, I'll see myself out because I'm not ever coming back, so.
Well, if that's how you feel, then maybe we don't need to keep talking.
No, we're not gonna keep talking, Aaliyah.
Can you please not make that decision right now?
Damn, she backtracked real fast. Yeah, well, okay, well, if that's how you feel, Uche, well, I guess maybe we shouldn't talk. Yeah, we're not gonna talk. Jesus Christ, what the fuck was that, Uche? I thought the men was supposed to backtrack. What the, okay.
I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to talk to her. I don't want her phone number. I don't want to see her again.
The most inconveniently timed boom mic hit I think I've ever seen, just by the way. But yeah, Uche is, promptly cuts the call, says, I do not want to talk to her. I don't want anything to do with her. This is over. Then he hits the boom mic and the boom operator's like, still not as bad as Lydia. And then he leaves. And this is one of the biggest twists that I've seen. Like, I did not think these two were going to get to this point. When I first saw them after even the first fight about like the cheating thing, I thought, okay, they get past that. I genuinely thought, okay, this is gonna be one of the strongest couples. We'll see them at the altar. I'm probably gonna say yes to them marrying each other. Like, I just did not see this coming at all. Definitely one of the more love is blindsided moments. Yeah.
I can say that love is truly blind. And
so the person that, basically effectively ruined their relationship is the next person. We're looking at Lydia, who at the moment started off with Izzy being her number one choice. Later, we figure out that Moulton is her other choice. But really speaking, Izzy wasn't even her first fucking choice. Izzy was her second choice because Uche was the first choice. Then Izzy. Moulton is just thirds at this point. But she's down the altar. Moulton has proposed. She said yes. They're gonna get engaged and finally see each other.
I love him for who he is, but will that change once I see him?
He looks like Diglett with hair. Can I say that? I was thinking about which Pokemon he looked like ever since he said he was a pro Pokemon player. He does. Steve Harvey looks like Diglett, like even without that, because he doesn't even have hair, so. If Moulton, Steve Harvey, and one other person got together, they'd be like Doug Trio. I want that card.
Hey.
You're so small.
Moulton really, he just does not give a fuck. He's got chill. This is his only operational speed. Hey. Yeah, I know I said I'm gonna marry you. Like, yeah, all right. Hey, you're a small person. I'm 6'7", and you're small.
You're so tall. You're so tall. You're not 5'10".
All right, I'm 6'7". I just round down.
Oh my God.
Is this how girls react when you tell them you're tall? I saw that thing where people who are like 5'8" said they were 6 foot, and the girls are like, yeah. And then they said their real height, and then the girls are not attracted to them anymore. Because he could have literally said, I'm 7'10", and she would have been like, oh, he is so tall. I'm 10'6". He is a giant, I think. Not as big as Kobe. Well, I mean, hey, all power to Moulton. He bagged Lydia. I don't know if we like that or not yet.
I love you.
Alicia.
I love you more.
Oh.
I love you more.
Oh. Probably.
I love you more. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I love rocks, Pokemon, and then I guess you. But that is it. So the people who got engaged are Stacy and Izzy. Then we got JP and Taylor. Then we got Moulton and Lydia. And that's it, actually. I thought we had 4, but I guess this might be the lowest out the pod success rate ever. I feel like in every other season we had like 5, 6 people. We definitely didn't have like 3 couples. That's it. That's a really low amount considering 28 people went in the pods and only 3 came out. Wow, it's getting really, really bad every year. But finally, after many episodes, Nick and Vanessa are back to tell you what to do next.
In this blind love experiment,
3 couples have fallen in love and gotten engaged without ever seeing each other.
But you gotta ask yourself, why is the success rate lower and lower each time? I guess it wouldn't matter if the end success rate at the end of the altar is like good. And judging by last season, which was a pretty good success, all things considered, I'm sure they wanted to replicate that, but they just did not get the right contestants in the series. I will say, whenever we think about Zach and Bliss from last season, or Kwame and Chelsea, it's like those people had come on the show with their mental fortitude in check. Like, they had who they were as people already done. They knew what they wanted, what they couldn't do. They were very open emotionally and didn't have all of these holes that probably needed fixing. Now we got season 5. Everyone says, man, I'm ready for a relationship, and nobody actually is. And that's all I've been seeing throughout the series. I think with the exception of a handful of people, Taylor included, a lot of people on this season seem like they've got a lot of things they need to work on before they're fully ready and capable to have these relationships. And it's no one in particular's fault, but everybody has a little bit that contributes. But anyway, back to Taylor and JP. And remember the drinking game? If JP has something American on, we drink. It is weird that he owns so many American items.
Alright, cheers, cheers, cheers.
Did you say cheers? Alright, if you say so. Gosh. It's not even midday. I guess it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Ooh, my parents will hate seeing this.
My disappointment is immeasurable. I will not go through a divorce because of my parents.
Same. He really does not want to talk.
You can pretend there's a wall between us.
Like, he was so talkative in the pods. I remember him being way more talkative. There was stuff I had to cut out about him talking about his family, being really open, vulnerable. Taylor must be like wondering what happened from the pods. And I keep wondering the same thing, because he was 100% more talkative. Nowadays, it's like hard to get a word out. You can't get a word out of me. I don't know what you heard about me. That's pretty much him.
We have to talk. So what do you want to talk about? No. We can pretend there's a wall between us.
Just nipple twist him. That'll get him talking. If it doesn't, if you can nipple twist someone and they sit in silence, you should leave. He's gonna kill you otherwise.
I put the toilet seat down.
Thank you.
Thought about it after I went to the bathroom. I was like, I better make sure I do this.
So that's his contribution to this conversation. I put the toilet seat down. I was thinking about it all night. Do I take a shit on the toilet or in it? I decided in. That's the problem with JP. By the way, still out for the best name. JP wins. We have a pool of money so far. I think there's $50 on what JP's name is. I'm going for Jordan Peterson, but I think that's another guy.
I don't know, maybe it's nerves, but like when I voiced it to him, he said, like, you can just talk. That's not how a relationship works.
No, it
Do you
isn't.
not care?
Man, imagine having this guy look at you like he constantly is holding thoughts. Like, I don't understand. She's trying. She's clearly trying. I don't get it. She's not said anything wrong. I don't think she's done anything inherently wrong. And she's also expressed her concerns in a loving, cool way, like a calm way. It's not like he has anything to resent her for, but he's looking there like, how you gonna marry that, man? Wearing American stuff and farting in your pants is not really indicative of love. Love is American, but it isn't blind.
Do you think that you could sleep with me for the rest of your life?
What? What? What answer is that? You answered it like a schoolboy, and the teacher was like, what is the capital of America? Americant. I don't know. Stupid. No, seriously, what the f did you say there? What? This is not the right answer. Few days after getting engaged. This is not the time when you're like, I don't know. You need to know this shit if you're gonna get engaged. You pop the question. If you're gonna pop that pussy, you gotta ask, am I marrying you? Am I gonna sleep with you for the rest of the life? Otherwise, you're gonna be popping pills and trying to get into other countries in your head because you're so dazed out of reality that you can't answer a simple question. Oh my God, JP, you're messing this shit up. JP, junkyard potato.
It was nice.
It was nice.
Yeah, okay. Gosh, like I keep saying, if I had to take a shot for every time someone cried, a real shot, and I am already tipsy. I would be drunk, yo.
I hate being forced to, like, make conversation.
You can pretend there's a wall between us if you want to.
You hate being forced to make conversation. Bitch, this is your to-be wife. You gotta make some effort.
Okay.
Like, besides the conversation, the thing that you're not doing is making an effort for this woman. Because she's clearly making an effort for you back. And you can tell that she's not even happy. She's voiced that concern. It's not even like you had to guess what the problem was. You can see, and you're not actively working on it. So, something's gotta give right now. You can't be doing this lady like this.
Can you sleep next to me for the rest of your life?
If you don't snore.
Come on, man.
Just kidding.
Bro, is he mad at her? What is even the face?
Happy.
Disappointment.
Angry. Sad.
I can't tell what his face is. They randomized his face on NBA or something. This is what came out. She made a joke and she's like, just kidding. And he's like, Is she just joking? Because if I can't snore, I'm gonna divorce her. Yeah, JP. This was just a little joke that she was trying to make, but JP's got some stuff going on, clearly.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Oh, God, it's the next day. And everyone is finally meeting each other for the first time. They get to see how everyone looks. And everyone is going to see how JP looks. Because JP stands for Jumbo Patriot, is wearing another American t-shirt. That one looks like it's been in use for years, just by the way, JP. That looks like it's sun-stained. I'll tell you what, JP, maybe get more American apparel. That is the worst looking shirt I've ever seen.
Insta today, he's the guy that I usually go for, but I love Milton to the moon and beyond. I have no regrets.
So everyone sees each other. The only person who said anything was Lydia, who is like, I normally go for a guy like Izzy, but she like quickly follows it up with she really does love Milton. So it's kind of nice. It's unlike previous intonations of Love is Blind where other contestants see each other and are like, God, what? What? I could have chose her? Fuck. Yeah, I guess you're okay, honey. Oh. That's basically what normally happens. So I'm kind of pretty surprised, actually, there wasn't more of that. I guess there are less couples. Normally when there's 6 or 7 couples, you can have that. When there's only 3, there's not much to even look at anyway.
So in an operation, everyone preps a surgery room. What does the surgeon do, though? He comes in and it's like, glove me. Milton's a glove me kind of a guy. He has no idea what's going on.
This is probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard this girl say. Like I said, Milton's a chill dude, bro. He's funny and sometimes he says things like a little too much. But for all things considered, he's an engineer. At 24, he's like really smart. Dude is like got his shit together. I could just never hear like someone who's 33 still figuring her shit out talk about him as if he doesn't have anything. It's weird, man. It's weird. I don't know why she constantly hates on Milton. He's done nothing to her. He just looks, like I said, like a slender man Lionel Richie. That's the only thing that I can say about him. He looks like he could join the Commodores now. I'm happy.
I'm very happy for you.
But Lydia and Izzy then have a talk with each other. Izzy clearly, by the way, this is probably like a thing that he said that he was a bit self-conscious about his head. I thought his bald look was pretty good.
They be hating on me. They be saying bald head.
But whenever he wears a hat, now it does look like he has hair. And whenever bald people reveal that they have like a disco ball under that hat, it's like, oh, okay. So I don't know, I think Izzy should have just went loud and proud here, but that's neither here nor there. I just a little tipsy now.
Look, we're great people. Like, I honestly, and I do care about you. Like, I did, still do. I don't want.
Oh, he starts sounding like me when I'm tipsy.
Honestly, we're great people, and like I do care about. I did, but I still do. But I'll always care about. I will always.
I will always love you. But I used to. But I will. There's a lot being said when nothing's actually being said. Thanks, Izzy. Appreciate it.
Not there to be any bad blood, you know what I mean?
I don't, you know.
I was about Johnny. Stacy was barely coming into the picture. That was a huge surprise.
This is a weird conversation to have with a woman who doesn't care about either of that, isn't it? Is he? Remember how I said I had stronger connections, Lydia? Well, my first stronger connection, Johnny, was really good emotionally, and then Stacy is really good physicality, and then you exist, and you know, we're all good people, and I loved you, but I still do, but I care about you, but I still do.
But when it came to you, I knew you were pure-hearted. Like, I just had stronger connection.
I don't like to end in bad terms with no one.
Excuse me. Bullshit. What the hell? Aaliyah's literally not on the show because of you, apparently. And Uche also actually is not on the show, technically, but also because of you now. I feel like that's bullshit. But anyway, continue.
And I honestly think that you're a great guy, you know? And if it was not meant to be, it was not meant to be. That's it.
You look like you've actually been getting some ass.
No.
So basically, Lydia and Izzy end on good terms. They said, hey, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. It's what it is. Let's move on. They fist bump it. Music starts playing. I gotta wonder, is Lydia the one who's better off? Uche and Aaliyah the problems? Or is Lydia the problem? I don't know yet. I would love your opinion on the situation. I'm still trying to work that one out. But Moulton then asks JP if he's getting some ass, and then he does that big smile with his 100 teeth. And then JP says no, and Moulton is genuinely concerned. He's like, really? Oh my God, dude.
Really?
Getting some ass with the person you're engaged to is probably like the least flexologist thing I think I've ever heard in my... Hey, what? Is that your girlfriend? You hitting that? You are? Nice. How many times? What? Nice. Huh? Again? What? Huh? You haven't said anything. I'm just reacting? Nice.
I think he's feeling you more than you're feeling him.
Maybe I'm the one that made the mistake of saying yes.
If you want this to work, which I don't know if you do, step up.
So Taylor talks to Stacy about JP. JP, I don't think he talks to Moulton or any of the guys, but then they reconvene and they start having a conversation by the bar. And you know the truth comes out when the alcohol goes in.
There's couples here that are like so invested, and we're not.
Thank you.
Thank you. You want food? What?
So then Taylor is like, yo, everyone else on this island, all the other couples, 2 of them, are having fun, and we're not. And this annoys JP, so when she's like, do you want food? He's like, fuck that. Like an actual child. And then she realizes something's wrong. So JP, unable to actually access his emotions or even communicate them like a Stonehenge type man, is not able to communicate with Taylor that he's mad, angry, or feeling something.
Are you angry right now?
I feel like me and Taylor are in like a little rough patch, and I don't know how to fix it.
By talking, that's how you fix it. Not everything can be fixed by throwing your hose pipe on it. And I don't mean that metaphorically, because you haven't even done that in that sense. So by talking your issues out is how you'd fix that, sir.
Like as soon as we got here, I feel like she wanted to leave. That hasn't changed. I don't know what I could say or do. I don't know what anybody could say or do to change that.
Why don't you say or do something then? I don't know what anybody could say or do to fix the problem that I have with Taylor. So I'm just gonna sit here and talk to you while I drink some stuff. And when I go back, I'm gonna say nothing to her, because that's going to be the best course of action, because I am an idiot. JP. Jellybean fucker with a P. Come on. What are you doing? You're 30 years old. You know how to talk to people. You're not 0 years old. You know that it requires communication to actually figure out and solve your problems. And if they don't get solved, at least you solve the issue of knowing that maybe you two are not meant to be together. Like, something will come out of a conversation. Nothing will come out of holding it in besides the eventual inevitable outcome that one person is going to get so angry they're going to leave. If you want to fix it, you talk. If you don't want to, you hold it in, wait for things to implode, then explode, then someone leaves. Those are your options, JP.
Everyone else was like, yeah, it's great. Yeah, we had some awkward this or awkward that, but other than that.
They've been playing cornhole for hours, man. This is what happens when there's only like 3 couples on, and they're like, yo, we've got 1 cornhole and a beach. Drink limit is 2 per person. That's it. So they've just been playing cornhole for hours on end because there's nothing else to do there.
And I'm trying. I want to get past it. Just keep looking forward. Keep looking forward, and then it's fine.
That's it. Just keep looking forward and it's fine, okay? I'm JP. I wear America on myself. Keep looking forward and everything's fine. Yes, I have a bad relationship with the person that I was engaged to 4 days ago and it's already going under. But if I just keep looking forward, it's fine. When I go to the marriage place, it's fine. And they ask, do you take this woman in sickness and health? I'm gonna say, it's fine. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep looking forward because it's fine. My vows are this. Taylor, if I keep looking forward, it's fine. Honestly, Martin Luther King couldn't have said it better.
Because all we have is right now.
Yeah, he said that too.
That's all we have.
Yep, he did say that.
The future is what it will be.
Yep, Martin Luther King said that shit. The future is what it will be. Just keep looking forward. Everything is fine. Maybe this is why he doesn't talk that much, because whenever he does, this is what happens.
I'm never gonna give up.
Cause I'm not done.
Oh, Netflix and this shitty ass music. Cause I'm not fun. But it seems that JP said he's never going to give up.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you.
It sounds like a great quote from a Power Rangers movie, but just like the Power Rangers, it is not as applicable in the real world. If you're walking around in a fucking black suit, kicking people's asses from time to time with your other colored outside friends, I know, it sounds horrible. That's just not how the real world works, JP. What I mean by that is you just saying that you're gonna never give up doesn't actually solve the issue that you're having. Instead of not giving up, why don't you actually try and solve the issue so you don't have to say the words, I'm never gonna give up. Because it's one thing to say, oh, every time we fight, I'm gonna come back. But it's even better to say, yeah, you know what? We actually don't fight that much because we solve these issues.
But, like, we're goofy.
Anyway, after the party, everyone's back home and Milton and Lydia are back on screen. Lydia is explaining why she likes Milton, calling him goofy, but saying they get along very well. And she says their sense of humor is the same. I've not heard any of them tell each other. Like I said, Milton's a chill dude, bro. He's funny, and sometimes he says things like a little too much.
Gotcha, bitch! Laugh. When I need to talk seriously, I will. No! What?
What kind of relationship is this? For the most part of the relationship, he's called her old and now thrown her WWE style onto a bed. He didn't even jump on the bed after. He was just like... Anyway, back to my Pokemon cards. I choose Diglett. I don't know that many cards, Pokemon cards. Bulbasaur, Frieza.
Can you please wear this one? Por favor. Please.
No. Man, I don't know about this relationship really strikes me as weird. Like he bent down like she was a kid and he was like, no. But he's the kid. She's 6 years old. I don't know how to figure out what is going on here. He looks like Lionel Richie, but like also stretched out like Slender Man. Slender Richie? Lionel Man? I don't know what is happening. Lydia ruined two other people's relationship. This is a ball of shit.
I guess I just felt more comfortable in the pods because I'm talking to a wall.
Then maybe you should marry Wall. So we're back to JP and Taylor trying to figure out what's going on. And he's like, maybe I was just more comfortable because I was talking to Wall. Is not something that your actual to-be wife would like to hear. Once you see her and you're like, man, I wish I could go back to the Wall. Hold on, I think I got an idea. Taylor, just stay right there. Okay, we gonna do it like this. Taylor, I've loved you for a long time. Oh, this is way better anyway, as I was saying. Yeah, so about my family, it started when I was 2. I put my finger in my butt. I liked it. I really liked it. I don't have anything to say. Really? The Wall? Sounding a lot like Trump right now.
Now you're talking to a face, a human.
Preface.
You've dated in the real world before, yes.
She had to actually ask that, like seriously. You have dated more than just walls and car doors, right? Have you actually dated a woman? What is wrong with you, JP? How come your last 3 girlfriends died in a fire accident? JP, seriously, I don't know. Like, I feel like Taylor is just putting in maximum effort getting minimal back from her partner, and it's just really sad to watch her try constantly, because every time I see this, it gets worse and worse. JP seems to talk less. He doesn't seem to be trying. And I just feel sorry for Taylor.
Just because we met blindly, still a human being, you know?
Yeah.
Boo-hoo.
When you have to tell your partner that you're still a human being, I think we're approaching rock bottom. We're approaching that. Whenever you have to tell the person who you consider the love of your life that you are indeed a human being, and your partner who is supposed to be the love of your life says, I wish there was a wall between us so things would be less awkward. You know what I mean?
I hope that we can go back to Houston and hopefully grow and become a stronger couple.
How'd you feel about today?
So now is the bombshell scene. And before the bombshell scene, I will drink because I don't know if you saw his shirt, but it says USA. And as you will come to learn very soon, the back of his shirt says #1. And who's the player? That's right, America. Yeah. I think I poured way too much in there, but I don't care. Because I need to be drunk to have this scene. They're gonna talk about why exactly JP hasn't been talking. And if you haven't guessed by now, I'll give you 10 seconds, but it's not what you think. And if you're a girl, trigger warning, because this is going to be crazy.
I just don't think we're where we should be.
Because you didn't get over the awkward part.
Excuse me. She didn't get over the awkward part? She didn't get over it? She? What do you mean, Look at her face. Bitch, what you said? If she had a mic, she would throw down right now. That's unbelievable. It's not hers to get over it. It's not just her in this relationship, JP. You gotta try, buddy.
I don't think our emotional connection's where it should be. And that's where I'm at.
I know, and you don't change.
Well, today didn't make it any better.
Yeah, because you don't change.
You don't change. You keep calling me awkward. Look at my face. I was born like this. I look like Elijah Wood fucking got sat on by a panda. I look like that fucking creature from Tekken took a sit on my face. And I used to be Frodo, but now I'm Dildo Baggins. Please, I'm the awkward one by looks. You need to help me. The fact that he could actually push this off on Taylor at any given juncture. Like, if I was him, I would be like, damn, I am awkward. And I don't know how to fix this. She's done genuinely nothing that I could see wrong at all. So I don't know how this is even her fault, even 1%.
Steadfast in the fact that it's awkward.
That's how I
it's
feel.
It's going to be super awkward
That's
no
how
matter
I feel.
what.
And that's how I felt for 3 days.
And you're completely and well within your right to say how you feel. You're allowed to have your feelings, and they should be validated by your partner. Whether they're right or wrong is irrelevant. It's how another person feels. And you have to ask, why is that the way I feel? You can disagree with your intent, but if the other person feels that way, it's still worth acknowledging.
You're not changing your mind. I've been trying every fucking day.
I know that you've been trying.
This is him trying?
Bombastic side eye.
Oh my god, this is him. What is him not trying? That's it.
Day one was already awkward because you were like, oh.
Fuck day one. Fuck the reveal, JP. Move
That's
on
what
from
started.
it.
That's what started everything.
I mean, I guess day one does start most things. Yes, JP. Well said. Bravo. I can see why they hired you as a firefighter and not a writer. Fire writer, perhaps, but not really with JP.
This is the first time you've actually talked to me.
That's the only thing we have is the reveal, and then we come here.
What changed after the pod sin?
Oh, it's about to go down, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to go down. He's gonna tell you why everything's awkward and the reason is not him. Believe it or not, JP's taking no fault for this.
You tried to present yourself and look as best you could, but I feel like if you would have presented yourself like this.
Oh, look at her face. This is how you piss a girl off times 100. Oh my god, if this was like Goku, he'd go Super Saiyan.
Without any makeup, it would have been better.
So the way I look made you communicate differently.
It felt like you were fake.
Damn! You wore too much makeup and then I saw your face caked up. And then when I saw your stupid, ugly cake face, then I said to myself, I'm not even hungry. I don't even want cake. And then I just got super awkward and I stayed awkward the whole time. Now that you're not wearing makeup, I was just hoping that you would look like this the whole time. JP, can I say something? You do know this is a show called Love is Blind, and when a woman's get engaged, she want to look her best, you know? JP? Because right now, JP, I could venture the same thing. Right now, you're wearing a singlet of USA. You couldn't look more like an idiot, personally, but you actually tried to dress up on that day. I would venture to say that you don't always wear the amazing combination of jeans and a fucking blazer, which, by the way, what a great effort you put in. Unlike the other guys who actually wore a full suit, you went halfway. Thank you for that. But I would venture to say that you don't every day go out and look like some sort of businessman who's poaching fish from other people, because that's not your everyday attire. But when the occasion calls for it, you do so. So Taylor wearing makeup to make herself feel beautiful one day shouldn't make you feel bad, and I don't know why it does. And if that made you feel awkward and not able to continue a conversation, that's 100% on you. I firmly believe that one.
So that's why the communication has been off and different.
That's what
because
started
I
it
felt
all.
fake.
That's what's up.
Interesting.
Caked up face.
Oh, yo, I was joking when I said it. Jesus, don't say that to the person that you're gonna marry. Wow, this is a caked up face. There was no America on it. I didn't count the stars. I didn't know which country you were on, because I could name all states, but you didn't. The only thing on your face was a mistake. That's what I'm saying. So, caked up. Couldn't even need it.
Fake eyelashes. I'm being honest. And I'm sorry, that's so hard to hear. And
You didn't know what I looked like before.
That's true. Holy shit. I completely forgot. He had never seen her before that day, and as soon as he saw her, he's like, fake, 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 fake. I know it's fake. You never saw her before that day, ever. And you're already like, ugh, I hate the makeup. That's ridiculous, actually. Now that I think about it, that's really ridiculous.
Presented fake stuff.
I just dressed up
Presented
and
fake
put on
stuff.
makeup.
A lot of makeup. I had makeup all over my jacket.
I actually checked. He didn't. But he was sweating like a hooker in church.
You brought a hooker to church?
Thank you, Uncharted.
I'm actually, I feel like I'm done tonight. Nope. Nope.
Hey, come here.
Nope.
I didn't mean to.
Nope.
Time out, time out, time out. Here, come here. I'm JP. I'm really trying. Time out, time out, time out, time out. Okay. Didn't even lean over. That's how little this man is trying. He didn't so much as lean over the bed. Taylor, I'll say cut your losses already, man. This guy is not worth the time.
Tried not to picture anything. Was gonna be all in no matter what.
So then when I walked out, it fucked you up so bad that you don't know how to communicate now.
Yes.
Yes, obviously. It fit me up. He couldn't even say yes correctly. Did you hear how he said it? He said, yes. That was weird how he said it.
Fucked you up so bad that you don't know how to communicate now.
Yes.
That's what I'm
How is that a
stuck
bad
on.
answer?
Yes, sir. How is that the wrong answer? It put me up to the point that I don't even. Every time I see your face, I go, oh, but not in a good way. I'm like Homer Simpson. I don't like you. I don't like the cake up. I don't like the face up. Face cake face. I don't like it.
That's the truth. That's the fucking
Glad you're being honest
to God truth.
So he could have communicated really well if she just didn't wear any makeup and would be the first contestant on Love is Blind and reality TV to ever not wear makeup. If she could just do that, JP would be hers. What a prize. That's one of those prizes you put back in the claw machine.
Just don't wear makeup.
I'm gonna do what I wanna do.
Then you go ahead.
Okay. Look, I'm a liberal guy. I have my preferences as well. It's this and that. But at the same time, my boy, if she looked at you and said, don't wear USA-related merch, would you say, okay? Or would you give the exact same answer that she gives? If that's the case, then don't try and change someone if you're not willing to change for yourself. Because Taylor's not coming after your values or the things that you do, but you seem to be coming after hers, which I feel is very hypocritical. And you should be the last person to judge. I mean, I don't even know how you got a damn partner. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Elijah Wood's a beautiful man, but you look like the reincarnated version of him that was definitely eaten by zombies.
You're not gonna tell me what to do. And the whole makeup thing is just like so
I'm just telling
dumb.
you, you don't need it. I was like, this is not a real person.
But it is, this is a real buzz. Oh, that Kim Kardashian's not a real human. That's a fake. That's a clone. What? Who? Huh? Everybody in movies wearing makeup. They're not real. That's why they're all CGI. Everything's CGI. Everybody's CGI. America is the only real country. They don't wear makeup in America. Who do you think sold her the makeup, huh?
I'm definitely not staying in here tonight with you.
I don't care.
I still have love and care for you, and I want to keep that. The pods are not real world.
So against, I mean, even my better judgment, after hearing she says she's not gonna stay the night, and he's like, I don't care, very aggressively, still for some reason has the wherewithal to say that she loves him and she has love for him. She speaks to him in this very calm, very mature attitude that, like, it just sounds or seems like she's beyond her years within handling relationships. So I mean, it just seems like JP's the immature one and he's gonna lose out. And she does leave for the end of the night, and JP, I'm assuming, feels sad, but I don't know.
Back to Houston today.
Back to Houston we go.
It's now time for everyone to go back to the place in which they came from. Love is Blind, the best part. And they're also meeting the family, meeting each other's connections, seeing how that goes. And this is always, for me, the most boring part in the show. Always. I always don't care. But we have to watch it now, so.
Are you, like, scared to live with me?
Yeah, I kind of like having my own space.
Me too.
I just need some time away from you.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So yeah, everyone's meeting the family, they're going back, also living with each other. So now this accelerated relationship at this point, like if it hasn't already broke down, might break down. And you know, if the couples are strong, they'll last. If they're not strong, it's gonna be a pretty tough environment to live under. And we move back to JP and Taylor, who have had time apart. And even though JP and Taylor said they would not stop fighting for each other, it looks like things are coming to a crossroads. Let me take you back to them.
How are you feeling today?
The way I felt about you in the pods, I could have spent the rest of my life with you, and here it's just completely different.
So what do you think changed?
The makeup thing, JP. Remember when she asked, what do you think changed? And then you said the makeup thing? Remember, JP, yesterday, when you said that she looks like cake face and you said you don't care if she's here or not? Remember that? When you completely fucked it up? Remember? I won't let you forget. That's why.
We're not where we should be. I obviously still have emotion towards you and I care about you and stuff, but you're not the person I fell in love with.
Taylor then has the moment of clarity from being away from him and says, you're not the person that I fell in love with. The person in the pods was far different. And absolutely. I mean, he was a different man in the pods.
In the pods, it was like genuine, and here I feel so forced. And then the whole makeup thing, that's not why our emotional connection went out the window. I think that's an excuse.
100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. Oh my God, Taylor is just nailing it. I call her nailer at this point because she's just nailing that shit 100%. That is a thinly veiled excuse. That is some other bullshit that he's got going on. I don't actually know what his issue is. It cannot just be makeup. He's just, something's there.
I feel very uncomfortable.
You made that really clear.
I don't think we should be engaged.
Oh!
Don't think we should live together.
Oh! Oh no, he looks like he's gonna kill her. Oh my God. He seriously looks like a psychopath. Jesus. Firefighter, huh? How come there was no fires before you? Why are you the only one in the department? Used to be 24 people before you got there. Now there's 23 bodies and 1 fireman. How come there's no hose pipe and only matches in your room? I cannot believe Taylor said that, but she took time to think. She thinks they should not move forward with the experiment, and this seems to be the end of the road for them.
I'm done. Bye-bye.
The only thing we had was the pods.
So she's done, and she leaves, and JP says the only thing they had was the pods, which is weird, but he doesn't seem to be too angry, so I don't know what happened. Maybe in the reunion, we'll actually get to find out why things took a turn for the worse, but wow, I don't know what to say, except that this is the first time there are only 2 couples that make it to living together. This is the least successful Love is Blind of all time. This is the actual least successful. This is the worst one. This is the worst timeline. All we have is Izzy and Stacy and Milton and Lydia. And I don't think Milton and Lydia are a very strong couple. I don't think Izzy and Stacy are a strong couple. I think they're just both okay.
Are you all right? Yes. No, you are all left.
The romantic getaways are now over, and our remaining couples are about to enter into the most intense phase of the experiment.
They'll move into a brand new shared apartment.
Kind of weird. They move into like shared apartments, and then I don't know if they move into their own apartments or they see their own apartments, because this is sort of the Love is Blind thing. It always confuses me. Like, they do see each other's homes, but they don't live in each other's homes. Although I thought that's what they do in the previous versions of Love is Blind. I always get confused. But apparently they lived in some shared household thing, because I guess that's where all the cameras are and stuff. It makes sense now that I think about it. but they do get to see each other's homes and comment on it.
Will they let the pressures of the physical world or their exes get in the way?
Now this is like sort of the real world. When you're in the pods, you can like do crazy, stupid shit. Everyone's laying on the floor talking about which sex positions they want to bang each other in. It's kind of different to the real world, which is like, okay, now I have to walk, now we have to cook, clean, do all the dishes, we have to actually pay the bills. And already with Milton and Lydia, there is a first issue. Milton has to work late to cover for people, and Lydia already is like, what am I gonna do though? And they have to sort that out. But they quickly do.
Oh my God, I'm a knight. I'm an engineer. Your work-life balance isn't the greatest.
Taking PTO, that put us on a really hectic work schedule.
PTO, personal time off. I thought that was parent-teacher overturned when, you know, you say, hey, I'm gonna date Jenny Bolakovas, and then PTO, parent-teacher overturn. All right, fine, I'll just date Jenny Jadofagris. That's her brother, sister. This is why I never went to college. They didn't ever accept me. They said I was too stupid.
So I'm not gonna see you? I'm gonna be at work while you be here, and then we're not gonna see each other.
That's how the real world works. Yeah, fuck. Sorry, I've been drinking.
Hey, what, you just gonna go to work and I'm just gonna stay here? What do I do?
Work as well, bitch. What? Do something. You got the night off. You write something. Sing something. Make a song. So when he comes home, he can hear, Milton is back in the house. Just something. Do something.
What time you get up from work?
Probably 5:30, 6.
What time I leave to go to work?
We're not gonna see each other.
Yeah, but I don't work nights a lot.
This
I'll
is
be
like-
off for 3 days.
Figure it out.
There we go. Sorted. Issue sorted. 3 days. Some couples work the same exact time, only get nights off and then 2 days. It's cool. Great. Everything's sorted.
Wonder you said I have a lot of shit. What the hell did you just say? Wonder you said I have a lot of shit. You have nothing.
I have decorations.
So then they go to Milton's house, and Lydia instantly acts like a mom.
Women.
Because this is the thing that I was always worried about the relationship. Whenever I saw her and him, I was like, oh, every time she gets a bit too controlling, it turns from, oh, this is my girlfriend to this is my mom. Not my mom, me. My mama. And that's the problem.
I appreciate the packs of ones. Is this for you when you go to a strip club?
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm getting, he's definitely 24.
See, he is 24. I am way past that. I do not take a stack of ones to a strip club. I take a credit card, swipe between the cheeks. Like any normal person right now.
Stop the cap.
I mean, come on, Milton.
White walls that have nothing on it. No, this is not minimalistic. They're too lazy to go buy decoration and like, look at this. It's like a blank canvas.
I mean, it is minimalist. But anyway, Lydia does not like the way Milton lives. She thinks he lives like a boy, which he is, just by the way. He's 24. Then his roommate comes over, and if you thought Milton was a nerd, this guy is the real deal.
What's up? What's up, my man?
The first thing that I'm gonna tell you is you can have both of her rock.
Mi casa, su casa?
Oh, you know some Spanish?
Me casa, su casa. This dude came in as if they were like, bro, we need you to be like a nerd. Can you do that? And he's like, I don't know how to really do it more than I am. I have a flask. This is my mom's homemade chicken soup. And I also got a bag. Even though I'm not going to class, anytime I can be ready, I'm gotta be ready. Do you want me to come in yet? This guy he's the nerdy-o.
Test me.
Las alfombras son todas tuyas.
That means Milton's awesome and he's a very sexy beast.
I said the rugs are all yours. 3 stories.
So, I mean, that's Milton. He's 24. He's living with a roommate. The roommate thinks he's a sexy beast. And Lydia's probably realizing, oh my God, his friends are dorks. Cool. I mean, I don't know how she's gonna take to that. Meanwhile, Izzy and Stacy meet, and this is Stacy's house, which is 3 stories. That's a whole trilogy.
That is going. I'm getting a new one. I'm getting custom built entertainment center here. Once I get the entertainment center, then the TV's gonna get mounted.
Perfect.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Once they show Izzy the house, he probably realizes, oh my God, Stacy is
She's a gold digger.
she is definitely into her money. And Love is Blind, a show that stresses this has nothing to do with money or your financial background, your job, your looks. For all it is, has a lot to do with money, especially for Stacy, because the next scene is all about how she needs him to contribute to her house, which I think is bullshit. Apparently, it's the #1 relationship failure cause is money. I thought it was if you can't get it up, then how you gonna fuck? That was, as my doctor told me that. I said, I don't have any problems, ask your wife.
That one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
That's why we don't talk anymore, but I mean, she is crazy.
The things that will come up, like in HVAC,
Yeah.
can be 10 to 20 grand.
Mhm.
And I have 2, and neither of them gone out since I've owned this home. They will go out.
Yeah, they're gonna be.
So we're talking.
What the hell is HVAC? HVAC sounds like a home vaccine. HVAC. Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. $20,000? God damn. Fans cost like $50. What? Bro, I'm gonna live in a shack. I don't care. I'm gonna live in a shack or a shanty, or maybe I'll live in a rickshaw. Or maybe I'll drive that shit, a tuk-tuk. I don't care, but I'm not paying $20,000 for HVAC. I thought HVAC was like a hormone vaccination where I just feel great. HVAC, home vacation, something like that. Oh, God.
If you're living here and this is our home, like, are we doing that together?
Like, I like to do 50-50. So,
Okay.
like, kind of just do it together.
What about at dinner?
Okay, so basically now Stacy's asking, she's like, bro, I went on Love is Blind, I found myself an Izzy. Is he gonna pay for me?
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Because I got HVAC, I already got 2 of them, $20,000. Are you gonna pay for one or not? And then Izzy reluctantly is like, yeah, half it then. It's not even his house. He doesn't even know about this. This poor dude just came here trying to get a wife. Now he's got financial commitments that he could never even think about. And I don't know. Everyone's personally different. Some people like sharing their bank account. I personally don't. I just don't believe in it because I never grew up like that. My parents didn't do it. And I think there's no one right way or wrong way to do it. If you like doing it, if you share it, fine. If you don't, fine. As long as you guys have that communication on what it is you're paying for or not, then it's cool. But then Stacy asks about stuff like, hey, are you paying on the first date or what? And then she asks if a guy pays. And it gets pretty crazy.
No.
Huh?
What?
What?
Dinner's not 50-50. The man pays.
Why?
Yeah, why? I'm sorry. I was just there listening. What? Why does a man pay? Huh? Because he has a penis? If so, take it, you know? What? The testicles? Those things are just lugs that I carry around. Those are not good. What do you mean guys pay? Why? Why? How you figure that? Huh? What? I don't know. If I was ever on the first date, I always pay just out of, I guess it's just a thing. But as I have been told by many of my girlfriends, split it. Because many of those times I realize, yeah, that's probably the better decision. Why would you not do that?
Just throw both cards at it. Just like split it down the middle, whatever.
What do you mean? What do you...
I've never had a guy ask me to split something.
Yeah, well, if you want those legs to be split, then you better split the check. Again, this is a personal thing. I believe 1-on-1. Sometimes you pay, sometimes the other person pays. It's fine. But it's never, oh, it's only me. It's only me gonna do that. It should be, I feel like it's a gesture of love, regardless of how much the other person makes or doesn't make. Even if it's a small thing, maybe they get you a coffee in the morning and you get dinner. Something like that. Okay, at least it's not everything's being done for me, and I expect that, because that's just not what you want. You don't want complacency and expectations that are ridiculously wild and overrated.
Oof. Okay.
Oof, what?
So you want a man to pay for everything for you all the time?
No!
Okay.
No! Yes. No! Daddy pays for everything, so I want my daddy to pay for everything. He's looking at her like, God, I just got reeled into HVAC. Now dinners as well. He's gonna be broke.
I don't ever want money to be a thing that I'm stretched for or concerned about.
The only thing you want stretched is that pussy. I know, but it's not gonna be stretched if he's worrying about his next paycheck going towards your next steak dinner. I'm just saying.
I work hard because of the things I want.
I want to
It
enjoy
ain't
and
cheap.
spend it. Yeah.
I want to go to a really nice place. I want to have nice food. And for me, it's luxury.
Hey man, she likes luxury. She likes luxury. I mean, at this point, Izzy's probably glad he doesn't have hair because he would have pulled it out upon hearing that. But the next scene is crazy because it's Uche and Aaliyah. Yes, After Uche said lose my number and he left the show after they didn't get married, didn't get out the pods, they have a meeting where Aaliyah asks Uche to come meet up and maybe they can resolve some of their issues, which is crazy. I didn't think he'd even turn up. I'm gonna say I can already tell this is not gonna work out within the first 5 seconds, and I'll tell you how. It's because he didn't sit opposite her. He sat here. This is the, yeah, we're just friends. This is not gonna be long. What? Order, don't bring out the menu. Oh, if you got something really fast, I'll take it home, because this 90-degree shit is not loving. This is love. Sometimes this is love. This is love. This? I don't know what the fuck this is.
Good to see you finally.
Thank you for even being willing to meet with me. There isn't anybody else that I want. I want to be the one that grows with you.
I want to be the one that grows with you. That's why I left and didn't tell you this shit. Thank you for meeting me, but I'm gonna leave. So she's coming back, and she said she's been out in the dating world. She's seen and tried, but there is no one like Uche. Uche, for that poussé.
We talked about it. I don't have any feelings for her.
According to what she told me, you had just stopped seeing her a couple months ago. I did not feel comfortable.
So if you did not feel comfortable, there is almost zero reason for you to be leaving and not telling Uche this, because Uche didn't have anything to do with Lydia telling you all this stuff. So to leave him high and dry, then make him wonder what happened on the day that he wanted to propose to you because he thought things were going okay, is not only a dick move, but like probably a relationship ending move for someone who has self-respect. Realistically speaking, Uche isn't doing anything wrong by protecting his own best interests after you've shown him twice now that you're unable to communicate during these hard times. And for the first time, I think maybe he was even wrong when it was about the cheating stuff and him judging you. But upon leaving a relationship without telling someone, it seems really, really bad. And I thought you guys were girlfriend and boyfriend at that point, because there was a scene in which they said, so are we still girlfriend and boyfriend? And they both said yes. So to leave someone who is literally your boyfriend or girlfriend without telling them, that's definitely crossing a line. Coming back to it is more, will Uche say, okay, will he accept the apology? I don't know. I don't know what the right move is. I guess any move at this point, because it's really up to him.
Sure, you weren't very receptive to me being emotionally vulnerable about a flaw that a mistake
But
in my
I
past.
was. I apologized to you, and I
did.
said, hey, I should have been more open.
Yeah, I mean, he did apologize. And if you're gonna hold it against him after he apologized and not try the second time, then how are you gonna expect this man to ever improve? Imagine saying he wasn't receptive the first time, even though he apologized, and then going back time and time again and holding it against him for the first time, even though he's changed. How is that ever gonna progress the relationship? So again, it seemed like a move acted out in her own self-best interest. I don't think that's I don't know. It's not a good look in my personal opinion. I don't know how Uche is gonna feel. The situation itself is fucked because of Lydia, probably. And because she got between the two, it just depends on who's actually going to win this one. And it seems like Lydia, the person who's not actually there anymore, is the person who brought upon their relationship downfall, which is sad, but it shouldn't have affected them as much as it did.
A couple of weeks after we started dating, I found out she was doing things to...
Your dog?
Invade my privacy.
Oh God, jeez, that's way better. If you say something really horrendous, then the actual thing isn't bad. She was doing things to my dead mother. And then actually invade my privacy. Everyone's like, oh, that's way better.
She lied to me about it. She apologized. We started to see each other again. Started receiving messages, and they would tell me, oh, she's been looking at my Instagram stories.
So apparently, after the relationship ended, Lydia did the thing where she looked at people that he follows to see if they were mentioned on his stories or something, which is the craziest shit ever. This is crazy, and this will come up later, so we're gonna have to remember this. This is important for the end of this episode and probably the start of the next one. But my goodness, what a crazy thing to have happen. Is it far-fetched? No, because I've had that shit happen. This is crazy, Uche. Why do people do this? This is why Instagram sucked.
And then the worst thing was, she drives over to my house, she takes a picture, and she texts it to me with a message that says, I see you.
Damn, come on, now that's stalker. That's stalker behavior. That's the You need to be away from this man at all times, 50 feet and beyond, ma'am. Please. That's that type of behavior. Unbelievable. I see you. What? I see where you live. She's just going through his driveway. That's crazy. I don't like that.
I knew that this wasn't healthy, so I just stopped talking to her. And after a while, I started to feel bad.
Now, here's the part of the story that we'll hear a different side of the story later at the end of the episode. I'm trying to take everyone on their word, but if everyone says something different, you have to read between the lines. After a while, feeling sorry for someone who does stuff like this wouldn't occur to me. I know that every time someone has crossed the line for me, I'd never felt sorry doing anything like blocking or leaving. Never.
None of you are free of sin!
I never regretted it, and I never do still. Because there are lines, and once you cross them, you cannot come back, in my eyes. And so for him to feel sorry about it is like, did that happen 100%? Or is he only saying enough of the story to make him look good? I don't know.
She knew you were gonna be here. She told a couple of the girls the first day we were there that she had a feeling that she was gonna run into somebody from her past.
That doesn't necessarily mean anything. Like, I mean, that does in a way, but it doesn't necessarily, like sometimes it'd be like, oh man, I got a feeling that I'm gonna meet a hoe here. Yeah, this is a strip club, of course. Duh. You know what I mean? Like certain times, but like I get what Aaliyah's saying. She could have said something and then for some reason gave herself away like an evil supervillain. This is my plan. I'm gonna make Uche go to the bathroom. Then I'm gonna see what show he goes on, apply to it, get on it, fall in love, and we're gonna make beautiful, weird, caramel-colored babies. Baby trapping Uche is my plan. I have a feeling he's gonna be here. And everyone's like, who is Uche? What?
I said something, even though I felt like it was a joke.
What did you say?
I said, if Uche doesn't propose, you can have him back. But I didn't mean it.
That's really sad though. I mean, that's not funny joke. That's a person that tried to propose you. But I guess it's funnier, obviously, in the sense that when everyone's laughing about things, then it's hilarious. Like, say you're still with a girl and you're like, you got a fat ass, but not in a good way. That's really mean. But maybe as a joke, and maybe you guys are both homies, maybe you could put it in the butt.
What? Bro, what are you talking about?
The point is, this relationship, as I could surmise, is sinking. And those earrings that look like C's now look like handcuffs. And she is not going to be progressing very far into this relationship, from what I can see.
You followed me on Instagram, and then you unfollowed me. And then you sent me a voice message. And before I could respond to that, you deleted it, and then you blocked me.
Ooh. Yeah, no, that's not. Look, man, Uche's 33. You can't be doing that stuff. Like, you gotta sort your shit out. But really, 100%, this is like, you can't follow someone, unfollow them, send a voice message, delete, blah, blah, blah. There's a time and age for that. And like, I know everyone works in their own time, but if you want to be on a show called Love is Blind and actually have a loving, meaningful relationship, nobody's going to take you and be like, okay, I love someone who constantly is hot and cold with me. That is stuff that ruins relationships. In the long run, in the short run, it's stuff that really, really makes people uncomfortable, unable to know whether they can truly trust and communicate with a person. Is that going to be there? Because if a person is hot and cold when you need them the most, are they going to be there for you? And if you could do things like block someone, remove all communication with them, imagine if that person in those 48 hours has a tragic accident or something else, and you're like, I'm blocking Uche. What? Uche's dead? Crap! One time I blocked him. Bear shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? You gotta be able to communicate that better. Whether it's easy or not is relevant. I mean, some conversations are extremely hard to have. Some conversations you don't even want to have. They might be triggering to have, but it's worth having a few words before. Hey, I'm not going to be here for the next 48 hours. I need some time. Hey, this is not working, blah, 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 blah. No communication and then action. That's never a good decision.
I've never considered asking somebody to marry me. I was ready to ask you to spend the rest of our lives together, and you didn't show up.
Damn, he said was. I was going to bang you really well. I was all up in that ass, but now I'm not. Tears.
You kept on saying because you couldn't deal with that situation. The real reason is you didn't have confidence in our relationship. I think it's over between us.
So Uche delivers the finishing blow. He says that, you know, he thinks it was probably a bridge too far to come back from. And after all the indecision and things that he had to go through in the long run, even though he felt a certain way, it may not be worth fighting for. And it's his decision. At the end of the day, if someone feels like they cannot rely, depend on someone, and it is something as big as marriage, it's important that you say the words no if you don't feel 100% that is your person. I don't know, like I said at the start, I thought maybe they would be one of the strongest couples, but Uche made that decision, and maybe it was for good reason. I don't think it was the right or the wrong decision.
This is better than I would expect for a bachelor. So you don't do nightstands?
I actually got rid of my nightstands when I moved.
I only have one night stand. And then she kicks him out of the house and he cries.
You're a bachelor and you don't really have people over very much.
When you're a bachelor, you have certain people over all the time.
When you're a human, you have nightstands. I don't know what he puts his watch on every night. I guess his hand. Okay, weird. I'm just gonna say bachelor, no bachelor, married. Big man, small man, skinny man, fat man. Usually you have a damn nightstand. I'm just saying. Anyway.
Those people love a nightstand, put their jewelry on.
I've never had any complaints. Usually the jewelry and everything goes here and there's a lost and found.
So for some reason, Izzy is so honest that instead of not answering the question, he's like, I've never had any complaints about the no nightstand. Even when we're having a one night stand, I don't have a nightstand. My girlfriend is not appreciating this humor because it's true.
What do you mean?
So we got a ring, earrings.
Whose are those? You don't know.
At this point, no.
My mom's, somebody, my cousins, I don't know. What are you doing, Izzy? Why are you doing this? I mean, you know, in all fairness, this is the first time they met. Maybe she shouldn't be like going through his stuff. He's just met her, they've just come into the house. It's not like she just walked in and expected him to remove everything he had before he knew her. Give him a grace period here, but yeah, he seems to have an actual lost and found of people he banged and left their stuff at his house. Okay, Hugh Hefner. Don't know if you should be showing this around.
I just think that's really immature. Throw it away. Especially if you don't know who it belongs to. Why are you keeping it?
My mom's.
Do you have no dishes?
So as if it wasn't bad enough that Izzy was keeping women's collectibles, as if he was a Star Wars trader. I mean, I'm currently a bachelor. I'm living this bachelation life. I've got plates galore. I've got too many plates. People think that I have friends. I don't. I watch Friends. That's the best I can do. But Izzy doesn't have a plate. Does he eat off the floor? Does he just like buy the food and is like, oh, it's not bad. I wish I had a fork.
I guess when I was 29. No, probably when I was like 20. No, actually, never. I never had red Solo cups or plasticware.
We don't care. Let me tell you something.
We don't care. It's like he's constantly having a fucking birthday party for his 12th birthday. God damn. I've never seen someone pack Solo cups and plastic plates before. That's gangster. Honestly, if you can get girls over to your house and then say, here, eat off my plastic plate, and they stay the night, you must be doing better than I am. I gotta get like the fine china to get them fine china. Can I say that?
Is that something that comes with maturity, or is that just how he is? When we talked about cooking for each other,
Yeah.
you would give me plastic.
Would you still love me?
Why is she standing behind the wall? She's like scared of him all of a sudden. Just like, what'd you say? Huh? Huh? What'd you say? Would I love you? Hell no.
But what if it was first date and
I would
everything's
judge
great and I
the
just
fuck out of you.
I went out of my way to cook you this great meal, but I served you on plastic. You're still gonna judge me?
Yes.
I mean, presentation matters, my bro. I'm not on her side per se, but like, say you cooked the finest steak in the world and then you served it on the back of a rubbish bin. Like, it's still like, you know, it could be Gordon Ramsay who cooked that steak. It would still be like a weird place to put it. I don't think she's wrong here. If I went over to a girl's house and she sat on an inflatable pool chair, I'd be like, hey, what the fuck? And then leave. I'm just saying, get some plates and get dates and shit.
When have you ever met a girl out and come back and cook for her?
Done it a couple times.
So you did serve her plastic.
And I was never judged. It was a thought that counted.
Well, I mean, get a plate. That's not that expensive. I don't even know what to say. Get a plate, bro. Why are you drinking out of Solo cups? Last person to do that threw up. Like, come on. Okay. T-Pain sings about the shit you drink out of.
Anything T-Pain sings about that you drink out of, you know, as a party.
I know we come from different backgrounds. I've worked very hard to get where I'm at now. Like, I didn't have, you know, like fancy dinners.
That's fine. She's talking about a plate. You know, you don't have to have a fancy dinner to have a fucking plate. Like, I promise you, mine cost $2. I'm just gonna be real with everyone right now. I did not pay a lot for mine. I got Kmart, $2.50 a plate. I got 4 of them. I was like, that's enough money. If I have more than 4 friends, they can bring their own plates. Yes, I'm that kind of guy. At least I got some. If someone comes over and they're like, oh, I'm hungry, I don't just throw the food into their mouth and try and flick it in. I'll serve them on a plate, man.
I don't want you to feel like I'm like nagging you right now. This is a side of you I haven't seen. And I'm also like, you're a man. You're not gonna have like spotless and things that make sense.
Actually, contraire, mon frere, I have a spotless damn house and I think that I am pretty damn clean. So, please, don't think because we're a man, we don't have things like plates and stuff. I keep my house very clean. In fact, I know some girls is messy as hell compared to me. So F you, also F Izzy for giving us a bad name.
City boy! City boy!
Who's us? Me.
I know Stacy is older than me. I know she's dated older, and I'm 29. I'm a lot more emotionally stable than they are. I don't really feel like age makes a difference.
Plates make a difference. This is the whole conversation we're having. Plates. Brother, get some plates. It shows not just your emotional maturity, but your physical maturity, that you value eating out of utensils and silverware. It shows the caliber of class you are. I'm not saying that it makes you a worse person for not eating in a plate, but you know, pigs eat from a trough. If I start doing that at every given, like, you know, family reunion, they're gonna call me Piglio, and I don't want that again. Don't ask.
I don't even want to know.
You keep things for people that you don't know who they belong to.
Do you feel like there's like some sentimental thing toward it?
In the room, you knew exactly that there was a lost and found drawer.
I should hope so. If he didn't know what was in the drawer, he'd be playing like Jumanji and shit. Again, like the plates, I agree with you, Stacy. Plates, this dude can improve on. But the lost and found thing, he didn't know you existed, and yeah, maybe it's a little immature, but he's 29. He's living his life. He's doing the things. Or maybe it's a story for the boys that come over, whose panties are those? Then Mike is like, it's mine, bro. You keep stealing my panties for? You know I like how it feels on my balls. Good story for the guys.
You saw it last night, you didn't throw it away. But you're engaged to me, so I would throw everything out. I throw out pictures of everyone that I had pictures of.
Yeah, but y'all just, you guys just moved in. It's like a few weeks. Give him a little grace period. Give him a little, you know, hey, I don't like the fact that you keep random woman's shit in your house still. I'm gonna give you a few days. When I come back, my stuff better not be there. You know, he's not trying to hurt you. He's just doing some dumb shit.
I left everything for a reason, and it was for you to see how my life was before you.
So then what does that represent?
Dude is basically like, I don't want to lie to you, Stacy. I want to start this whole thing proper. I don't want you to not know what my past is like, so I can respect that, to be honest. I don't know if she'll take that too well, but I can see where he's coming from. At least we can establish that much. Plates again. Get a plate or a cup, bro.
You're saying you left it because you wanted me to know who you were before
No,
this,
so I
so I'm
figured-
taking it as like you want me to see you as like a fuckboy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
That hooks up with people.
And doesn't have plates. A plateless fuckboy. A cupless fuckboy. The only cups he gets are the titty cups that he touches and drinks out of. Carry on.
You don't care what people think as far as like what you're serving it on. That's the vibe I'm getting.
I just tried to be very raw with everything.
You probably hit a raw because you don't have any plates or protection. I'm not sure how plates factor into that situation, but I mean, I'm probably pretty sure I found the condom in the lost and found. What do you reuse condoms? Ugh, recycling. But the only thing you don't recycle is the plates, you crazy. What, cardboard? Yeah, just ruining the environment, you bitch. Carry on.
I mean, obviously you were going through all of my cabinets.
I think any sane person would take these ring whatever that you don't even know who they belong to and fucking throw them away.
So it turns out Stacy and Izzy are not seeing eye to eye on a certain situation, and it really seems like Izzy's like more of a playful sort of golden retriever kind of guy. You know, he does some boneheaded things, and Stacy's more like she's like the cat, he's like the dog. That works for a lot of people, but at the same time, when they don't agree, it's like thunderstorms. And it just feels like sometimes nothing gets resolved when these two are like not seeing eye to eye, because he's trying to go from it from his perspective, she's trying to make him see hers. I don't really even know where the right and wrong is here. I could see from both sides why they would feel that way.
Your responses with things seem, this is how I am.
If you would have met me outside of Pod Black, is that going to be an expectation? I did feel like you were being materialistic in that moment.
Well, I mean, you know, again, Izzy, we gotta choose our battles, my brother. You know, we had a couple World War I, II, probably III soon, who knows. Choosing to call her materialistic about the fact that she wants you to have, you know, solid plates that don't crumble when you put water underneath them is, I don't know if that's materialistic so much as it is just standard living. Now, if she was to say, serve me in a Rolls Royce on a plate, made from the finest china made on earth, then you could say that. But I don't think she's being materialistic. I'm just saying. She has been, but not in this situation.
I even told you, it was like the thought, it's the effort that counted.
And I get what you're saying, and I'm
Can you
hearing
please
you.
stop cutting me off?
Ooh, okay. So Izzy was talking. He said, hey, I'm trying to get my point across. He said, can you please stop cutting me off? And that was it for Stacy. She just got too emotional and then she leaves the situation. With all due respect, I am a horrible man. And so I personally absolutely detest when someone walks away during a conversation. Although I can respect the fact that sometimes your emotions run high and you'd rather leave than say something you don't mean. I get what she's doing. I'm just saying I would prefer if someone was like, that makes me angry. The tolerance for it seems in general sometimes a woman is not the same in terms of I'm able to continue this conversation. But for guys, you can have this conversation on repeat all day and nobody walks away. I don't know who's right. All I know is that she walked away. Yeah, it's tough, Izzy. Get a plate. So the conversation ends really badly and abruptly with Stacy leaving the house because he said some shit that she didn't like, and Izzy just puts his head down, and I don't know what's gonna happen, but I do know one thing. He is going to get them plates. Honestly, this should be like a commercial for like plates.
This is what happens when you don't have plates.
And it shows them arguing and her leaving.
Get a plate today. Your relationship engagement is fucked.
Plates, $2.99 everywhere.
Be so much easier to let me go.
Oh, fuck you, Netflix. Stop with this bullshit music. Love is Blind is just too much for me. So much easier to let me go. I don't want me to date a hoe. I'm feeling sad and Izzy's bald, but I still don't think it's Stacy's fault. Might as well just have the person narrate / sing the whole thing at this point. I would find it more interesting.
I know you're probably frustrated as shit right now. I know this sucks, but you tell me that you want someone who's gonna fight, I'm fighting. I just want you to know that I love you.
So, in a good move, I mean, it's a risky move, is he goes and he hugs her and he says, I'm gonna fight for you. He was fighting with her just now because of the plates that will never leave my mind. But it's a reassuring thing to do, and she probably wanted to hear that deep down. So that's good stuff.
A little bit crazy most of my life.
Are you happy with Lydia?
So, yeah, that's how that one ends. So, Izzy and Stacy sort of have a little stuff. I think they're making up. At least it ends on that Swedish note. Did I say Swedish? I meant Swedish. But now we go back to Milton and, what's her name? Lydia. We're meeting Lydia's family. We're getting Liddy with Lydia's fam.
What do you feel about Lydia?
When I'm with Lydia, it feels like we're like little kids again, like goofing off all the time.
There's really nothing that goes on in that scene. Milton basically explains. He meets the brother and the mom. They just have that conversation. Back to Stacy and Izzy one day after their little argument about the plates.
He's so macho and tough in a certain way. When it comes to emotion, he's not. That's what is that whole like za-za-zoo that brings me into him.
Is that a white thing? Za-za-zoo. Is that a thing? Maybe it's not white. Maybe it's just a thing. Za-zoo. Someone that awakens your romantic interest to the point where your whole being vibrates with excitement. That's a white thing. Za-za-zoo. He's got that za-za-zoo. Oh my God, is it? You're giving me the za-za-zoo. From Sex and the City. Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's the complete opposite of what you expect in a masculine, like, heavy hitter.
So the heavy hitter and his to-be betrothed, we met Izzy's family, which is basically just his mom, and she was the sweetest little cupcake. And now Izzy's meeting Stacy's family. How's it gonna go? You tell me on the next episode of Izzy the Zaza-Zoo.
How are you? Good man, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. How you doing?
Damn, Izzy, my man, you didn't even try and button up his shirt. I like when people do that. You're meeting someone for the first time. Some people try to be presentable. Izzy's like, I'm gonna unbutton everything I have. That buttons is too little, bro. Button up the second to last one at least. You're showing a little chest. Who you trying to impress, man? Trying to impress all the ladies and depress the one man, her dad.
I don't want peace. I want problems, always.
my ring.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you. It's so sparkly.
It is.
She has the prettiest ring out of all of them.
Out of all of them, there's only 3 and 1 left. Out of all of them, okay. Weird flex. I mean, Moulton's the other one. She's the prettiest I've ever seen. I've got the best rings. I got the best. Don't ask. Yeah, what? Plates. I spent all my plate money on the plate on her fucking finger. She got a plate right there.
I told him in the pops, he's like, what kind of like ring would you like? I was like, give me a band or a boulder.
There you go.
One or the other.
And no one's shocked by that answer.
Man, I gotta say, whenever it's like meeting the family, it's a hard enough thing. I feel like it's always been a very ridiculous concept in Love is Blind to meet the family so fast, but I guess the whole show itself is absolutely ridiculous, getting married within this short amount of time of knowing someone. But he is meeting the family now, and we can see that Stacy is materialistic. I feel like you could say that with impunity, knowing that she knew exactly what cut of the diamond she wanted. I don't know. If you ask me what cut of diamond I want, I guess good. But hey, she's someone who knows what she wants. Except you'll see very soon why I say she's materialistic, because her family knows it. They know.
His place, I didn't expect it to be the Ritz. I'm like, he's living by himself.
Ah, okay. So now Stacy talks about Izzy like he's not there while he's there to her family. And I've always found this very, very interesting and maybe even a little disrespectful when the person's right there and you speak about them like they're not.
When you're living with me, there are plates, glasses.
I have plastic plates and bowls.
Just threw her to be under the bus. She's just straight up.
You know, I didn't expect him to be like, have $1 million house, but I expected him to have plates. Izzy, will you explain yourself in front of my family who you're meeting for the very first time and they're just getting a first impression of you now knowing that you don't have plates in your house?
She's basically already getting the family to be like, this guy doesn't even have plates. This fake ass Vin Diesel doesn't even have plates in his house.
How do you guys work through that? Like, you're sitting there going, okay, this isn't what I'm used to. You're like, this is what I live with every day.
I think we both felt really misunderstood and judged.
Oh my God, this is a therapy session. I thought this was meeting the family. Now, within the first meeting, Izzy, whose last name they don't even know, is having to explain his lifestyle and living situation. They're already explaining how their communication styles aren't always able to mesh within the first meeting of the family. God, Stacy, what are you doing to this man?
She was upset. She went outside. I went outside. We got in the Jeep. We got home and we fixed it right then and there together. She cooked dinner.
Can y'all believe it?
On your shitty plates, or did you guys get plates on the way back from the Jeep that for some reason you had to specify? We got in our Jeep, 2006 Jeep Wrangler. I'm not saying I'm rich, but secondhand. 300,000 kilometers. And miles? I don't know. 400,000. I can't even guess. She wasn't mad at me when I got home. Because guess what, sir? I got a plate. All right. I'm marrying your daughter. And f***ing her in that order.
When you have your first fight where that fear comes in, when someone turns around and comes back and is like, no matter what, even if we don't understand each other, I'm still gonna stand right here and I'm not leaving you.
That is some security that everyone not only needs, but deserves in life. I will say, despite everything, it is just the most beautiful thing when someone can be like, you are pissing me off. And then 10 seconds later be like, I am not going anywhere. You might piss me off, but you're gonna be pissing me off for the rest of my life because I am not leaving you. And to have that security, to have someone say, despite this being a tough situation, I will fight for you and with you, and never, you don't have to worry about me leaving, because that's not even an option for me. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. So they got one thing right there. And they both seem to reassure each other, so I gotta give them that.
You guys aren't giving up on each other no matter what.
Yeah.
Stacy likes restaurants. She likes to travel. She likes nice things.
After that, the dad leaves. He sits on his damn expensive car and starts talking about how she likes expensive things. You wonder where she got that from. Man who is sitting on probably $100,000 car, probably farting on it as we speak. That's a fart mark on the car. I know that. That's heat. Then the dad sits down with Izzy to have this conversation, and he's probably worried about the money, to be honest.
It doesn't mean that he's got to make $1 gazillion, but it means that she doesn't want to go Dutch on a meal. She thinks she's worth being taken care of.
The hell does that mean? Dutch means splitting it. But why do we say that? Go Dutch, meaning share the cost of something, especially a meal. Ah, the old Dutch fashion meaning to pay one share. You know what a Dutch oven is, sir? Look it up. All right, anyway.
The whole Love is Blind thing, I get that. But love also needs to eat. Sometimes love wants to fly first class.
That is the quote of the century.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
That is the best quote in 5 seasons. Love is blind, but sometimes love wants to fly first class. From Pink Rich Dad who doesn't understand how real people work. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You went from she's not gonna even pay her own meal to love is flying first class. Good stuff, sir. If you meet someone who you really love, it's not because of the money. The money might be a great positive. Honestly, might be fantastic. But even if love wants to fly first class, sometimes it's not love if you need first class for it to be love. I don't know if you understand that concept, sir, but if money but if money is a deciding factor in love, it's probably not love. It's probably just logical.
Where do you see yourself like 5-10 years from now?
The new career opportunity that I got financially, sky's the limit. But I'm so excited because I will be able to do those things.
Oh my God, he's wearing a Rolex. I'm pretty sure he's wearing a Rolex. He's stunting on this dude, bro. Love wants to fly first class. My daughter, she's good, but she does things and then doesn't elaborate. Does that mean she's in an orgy? If so, sir, how do you know that? Is she flying first class? What is really happening here? Huh? Love is expensive.
Pretty wise with my money.
Yeah, and I don't want to focus, I'm not trying to focus on money.
Says the man who just said sometimes love needs to fly first class. Just said that, sir.
She obviously needs some help. She's got a house. I guess it's your responsibility to take that up. But if that fails, then it becomes my responsibility.
Bombastic side eye.
What? Sir, are you drunk? I just met this woman. Now she's going halvesies on an AC. Maybe I don't want to go Dutch on an AC if she doesn't want to go Dutch on the dinners, okay? If it's not his responsibility, I guess, yes, the responsibility falls back on you, Dad.
Hey! Guess what?
Dad, who raised her and probably spoiled her to the point that she expects other men to do shit for her. Dad, come on, brother. Come on. Stop. Don't put all this pressure on Izzy. He doesn't even have hair to pull out of his head. He's too stressed for this shit.
I'm not feeling on edge oh, I'm not gonna be able to provide this for her, or I'm not gonna feel judged if I can't,
That's the look of a guy who's like, I don't give a fuck. Are you gonna take care of her? Your life's falling into I don't care if it's falling to pieces. Are you gonna take care of her? Because if not, I'm gonna have to do that. And I was planning on buying a yacht. So you're gonna take care of her, or do I get my yacht? Which one?
It's what she wants, and that's exactly why I went for Stacy.
So they end the scene by playing happy music, and the dude almost tries to smile, and that's amazing. That ends the sequence of people meeting each other's parents. Thank the friggin' Lord. If the last scene was, meeting the parents and it was a little subdued, now we move on to something that is absolutely going to be crazy. And it is the meeting of Johnny. Johnny had left the competition because her and Chris were not together. So she left because she didn't find love. Love wasn't blind. Love wasn't even there at her door. But she's back now, and she's got something to say. She's also brought a friend.
I mean, I'm not gonna do anything.
You are here. Oh yeah, that's a complicated situation, I understand.
Oh, that's so polite of you.
So I guess this is sort of a meetup with everyone from Love is Blind, even though half the people aren't here. So I don't really know what to say because I don't know how Love is Blind even works, in the fact that there was way more people on the show, but half of them got cut off. This is some of the people coming back. I guess it's like a high school reunion and only 30% of the people turn out. But Stacy is not happy to see Johnny.
She is such a joke. We're friendly to each other. I put 2 and 2 together that we were both talking to the same person. I felt so bad for her.
Damn, so Stacy doesn't not like Johnny to the point she can literally call her a joke on Netflix international television. Stacy with the claws, I guess.
And then when she found out, she just went around shit-talking me to everyone. So that just pisses me off.
But yeah, she basically explains that they at some point figured out they were talking to the same person, and she felt empathy, but Johnny did not, and she does not like Johnny Knoxville over here.
Wait,
Whoa.
is that Josh?
No, that's Chris.
What's up? This is surprising here.
You know we're official? Just boyfriend, girlfriend.
Okay.
Oh my God. And it turns out Chris is back, but this time he's with Johnny. And as soon as I saw this, I was watching it with my friend and we both went, ugh. I thought Chris made the right decision by saying, Johnny, I'm gonna choose myself first. But apparently Chris got sucked in, or Johnny sucked him, or something happened, because he's back and now they're boyfriend and girlfriend, even though she was clearly picking him second.
We did meet at the airport. The connection was still there. He's probably the best human I've ever met in my life.
Oh, man, I've been waiting for water for so long. 1 second. Yo, she's been on screen for like 5 seconds and she's already crying. How much is she, are we still having a tally of this? Or?
He's such a good person that on a daily basis, I'm like, I want to be more like he is.
Yeah, so it's very cute. I guess she suddenly recognized the worth of Chris. It took her some time, maybe outside of the pods. And for all the stuff that I've been saying, Johnny might be a person in the pods. Maybe outside she realized Chris and her get along and maybe she's treating him right. Although I think in the pods, I can call her a certified poop behead. In outside of the pods, maybe they're just a great couple. Who knows? But what's happening now is Izzy meets up with Johnny and he sort of confronts her about everything that's been happening. Because he sees Chris outside the pods and he wants to set the record straight.
You devastated Chris. Your intent was to go with me. And when Chris randomly gets a call from you to go back in and see him.
Why would it matter?
That's true. That's true. She's not, hey man, Johnny's right. This is my business. She dropped a T-bomb right there. I gotta say, man, if I was happy with my partner and like some other girl who tried to get with me is like, look at me, I'm dating Chris now. I'd be like, oh, look at this water. This is tasty. Anyway, going back to my wife now. See you later.
It didn't matter to me. What mattered to me was you told him one thing and you told me the opposite.
Ooh, that's true, that's true. Oh man, I take most of what I said back. I forgot about that. Integrity apparently is a big thing on this show, even though it's not. She did say the opposite shit.
Like, I could leave here with Chris, but I wasn't falling in love with him. I tend to go for people who are emotionally unavailable.
But are you ready for a switch?
Yes.
Oh yeah, so when you play it back to back, she did say literally the opposite thing. She said that Chris was the safe option and she doesn't want to go for him because she's only ever went for the safe option. Then she told Chris that she always goes for Izzy, who's the unreliable option. She did play back to back right there. And I don't know why she thought these two guys wouldn't talk, but they did. I don't know what to say about that, John. This is a bit sketchy, Johnny.
You told Chris.
Izzy, at what point can I talk? Because you've been talking for like 10 minutes.
Has it been 10 minutes? It's been like 3 seconds. Maybe they cut it. And he had been talking for 10 minutes. For like the rest of the 9 minutes, he was like, Izzy, bald, Izzy. And like after 9 minutes, she's like, can I talk? I can't? Johnny. Sorry, I'm drunk.
Well, no fucking shit.
Chris, I can see a clear future. Izzy, I have the most emotional reaction to. I replayed both relationships and I repeated a pattern.
Like a game. Oh, wow. She admitted it. She said he was right. Then she said she replayed both relationships, but it's almost unreasonable to expect that she has a clarity of hindsight within seconds after breaking up with someone and being like, oh, yeah, now that you're breaking up with me, I can see that you are the real asshole. Sure, I feel like most people think the other person is the one to blame. It's human nature, but at the same time, you're involving another person. I think it's unrealistic to think that you reach the moment of clarity that soon after. That's all. I don't think Izzy can explain that as well as I did. But that's the thing that maybe makes it seem more far-fetched.
I'm now trying to make shit up to Chris for being my number two. In the end, you were right. You're not my person. I'm not your person. I think we're emotionally volatile.
You know what? I agree. I mean, including herself in the fact that she's emotionally volatile and saying that takes some balls. Or some titties.
Naughty. You teasing me, you naughty.
Whichever one you want. She's got some. Sorry, respectfully. I get that. Good stuff, Johnny.
If I can give you advice.
No, I don't need your advice.
I feel like you do need it.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Yeah, you know, if you're not a couple and stuff, you don't have to give her advice.
It's not just me. Everyone thinks you're sketchy as fuck. And I'm so glad that I didn't end up that way. It's everything that I heard.
Replaying this back, Johnny definitely said some shit that she shouldn't have. But looking at the way that she talked, she admitted that. She said he was right. She said that she's making it up to Chris. She realized that outside of the pods, I wasn't there. So I can't just hold her accountable for shit like that. Also, people making up other things or things that other people have heard is not like a basis for judging someone. Like, you're meeting her for the first time, things didn't go right. You could say, I have a problem with the way that you approached the situation. You could have clarified it. Okay, I don't agree with that, or I do agree with that, whatever, but I wish you the best without any malice. Like, I may have heard some stuff, I may think that you're not even doing things the right way, but I'm gonna take the high road and be the bigger person and not say like all this extra shit that really doesn't matter in the long run. I guess looking at it back, I don't think Izzy should have said that stuff.
I'm trying to tell you and you've never listened to me.
I've listened to everything about you.
I'm not sketchy as fuck. Do you think I would end up with the nicest guy in here if I was sketchy as fuck?
If I was sketchy as fuck. I sometimes forget this show can be painfully white. It's painful. I'm sketchy as fuck, dude. Do you think I would end up with the nicest guy here if I was sketchy as fuck? Meanwhile, Stacy's like, Zazazu. Yeah, I don't know. You did end up with the nicest guy there. I don't know how you pulled him. You pulled him like pork. You porked him. Nobody's crying. I'm crying internally, so I drank.
You don't know my story, and y'all are the sketchy as fuck ones, so I'm done with this. You aren't even listening to me.
God, I should have started drinking every time a girl leaves on this one. You got Leah leaving, Johnny leaving, Stacy leaving. Is it just a thing? Or maybe Izzy just says some shit to make people leave, but like, I mean, I get when someone's angry and they reach their breaking point, but people just walk the fuck out in this show. Every time. It's like, we have to sit down and have these conversations. If you don't want to, you gotta at least be like, I don't think this conversation is going anywhere. I'm gonna go now. I know you don't owe people that, but it's just human decency at this point. Everyone just walking, leaving people. It never seems like the person who walks away is the right one.
Good luck to you.
Good luck to you, bro.
Ooh, she called him bro. She's done with him. Anytime a girl calls you bro and you're not someone's brother, it's over. That's not even a friend zone. That's a hate zone. Okay, bro, I'm leaving back to my guy. And I'm gonna F him in the A. I'm gonna suck his B. Anyway, see you later, bro.
That's what happens when you're caught up in your bullshit.
He said I was the sketchiest one here. Basically just called me a piece of shit.
No, I was on your side the whole time. I was actually seeing everything that you were saying, and then you go back to Chris and you misinterpret his words. You can't just do that. Johnny, you were doing so well. He basically called me a piece of shit. Did he say those exact words? He said I was sketchy. Okay, that was not the same thing, but okay. He basically called me some bad words that you shouldn't say to people. Like what? Sketchy. I just hate when people make up their own shit at the end of things to make their story seem better or juicier. And then people do it all the time. I personally hate it.
No one thinks that, right?
Only issue nobody
that he literally... he thinks I don't deserve you. That's what he was telling me.
He didn't say... Okay.
You tripping, bro. You tripping.
Okay, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. The insinuation may be there. You may have felt like that, but he didn't say none of that shit. So you can't just go out there and be like, he called me a piece of shit, and he said I wasn't good enough for you, Christopher. He said he would rather sleep with you than me. He said you deserve better, and then he went down on one knee, popped out a ring, and said, would you give this to Chris? He pretty much said that when he said it was sketchy. Pretty much exactly that's what happened. Not misconstruing that. So Johnny goes back to Chris, relays some fucking false information. Then Izzy goes with Stacy, and then they get angry together, which again is not good. I don't think anyone in this situation is doing anything right except Chris.
He has no idea what we're about. Okay.
For me the most that he was saying, like, I know how great that guy is, and you're a piece of shit.
He didn't say that though. He didn't say that. How you're feeling is not what he's saying. You can't tell someone that's what he said if he didn't say it.
Don't listen to somebody who's trying to hurt you.
Because now it seems like manipulation. Now you're manipulating Chris because Chris and Izzy have a relationship, and because you're saying things that he didn't say, you're now getting Chris to think that way, so he's gonna defend you, then be angry at Izzy. Then he's gonna say, why'd you call my girlfriend a piece of shit? And Izzy's gonna say, I didn't say that. I said she was sketchy. And he's gonna say, what? And Izzy's gonna say, what? And they're gonna go back to the same thing. So if you do this unintentionally, you might be gaslighting this dude or actually setting him off on the wrong path. I don't even know what to call it. I don't think it's right is all I'm saying.
Saying that y'all had talked about me and y'all both had decided I was a terrible person.
Nobody said that. Nobody said any of that. Johnny, you can't just make shit up. Like, you can't say the word basically or essentially and then make your own shit up. I mean, you could say I'm paraphrasing. He said I'm a piece of shit. Then it's just funny because paraphrasing means probably. But you're a lawyer. You know the jargon. It seems like you know what you're doing. And I don't think she's doing this intentfully. But it's still really not. It's not good to do that.
Do you think I'd be sitting here if I decided that?
It's not.
She's making stuff up at that point.
She's making the stuff up though, but okay, whatever. Vodka, my best friend.
Yo, I called her out on her shit and she was fucking railing her. She's like, all of y'all are fucking sketchy.
Well, she didn't say that though.
Why the fuck you lying?
See, now I gotta call both of y'all out. Now you spinning the narrative saying that she said that, then you called her sketchy. You called her sketchy and she did it as a defense mechanism. So she did not say anyone was sketchy. You said that, and then she's like, y'all are sketchy. And there's too many y'alls in the series. So that's what happened. So Izzy's talking to Stacy, both of them misinforming the other person in different ways. Izzy's is slightly more accurate, but I really say slightly, with a big, margin of error is crazy in this one.
I was like, you make no fucking sense.
Well, I could give two shits about her making sense.
Oh, okay. So then Stacy goes back to her weird accents whenever something goes either right or wrong. She turns into a different person for whatever reason. Now, I don't know what she's talking about, but if I started doing this and it wasn't fun, I think people would start running away from me. So maybe I should do this more often.
You look like shaken up.
No, I'm not shaking up. I'm just like annoyed.
But you said she didn't say anything, so what are you annoyed about?
So then Izzy goes to Stacy for like a little comfort. He says he loves her. He loves that he can have this relationship, the communication, and Stacy's sort of like,
Why are you annoyed at this?
and Izzy's, I don't know if he realizes, but Stacy's not exactly happy. He's at all affected by Izzy, and that's weird, but okay.
It's so like when people tell me shit that's not true.
What did she say?
That was sketchy.
That was it?
Yeah.
Did it have to do with me, or what was she referring to?
No, nothing had to do with you. Not everything's about you. She just called him sketchy in return, and he didn't like that, but she also was called sketchy, and I'm sure she didn't like that. Neither of them are essentially sketchy. An artist is sketchy. They're just two people who don't know how to tell the truth in certain situations. Doesn't make them sketchy. That's just lying.
I was kind of more so sticking up for me and like my friends.
She's a lost soul. Pray for her.
I don't even care about her.
Stacy then says the most random shit, calling her a lost soul. But then, I feel like by this part, we know Stacy says some crazy shit, like about Moulton, who's done 0 things to her to deserve that. And she gets a bit harsh on people for no reason. So, yeah, Johnny's not a lost soul.
I guess after being here and like seeing everybody
Well, don't compare me to the mess.
No.
She then says, don't compare me to the mess. I mean, I don't know. Izzy says some dank shit from time to time, but whenever Stacy's on the offensive, it's like really cold. And I don't like the way she talks about other people at all.
I'm just glad we're on the same page through everything that goes on.
Oh shit, that dude's back. Chris, or Carter, whatever his name is. He's back and eating food because that's all he cares about in Love is Blind. Love is blind, but I'm hungry.
Y'all are looking
Moulton and Lydia there, and guess who's back? Guess who's back? It's my boy Uche 3000, the robot. After a long time, I have missed him. I had missed his weird laughing cycles. He's not with Aaliyah because that messed up, and he is going to probably be talking to Lydia because I don't think that he has anything on his mind besides avenging his lost love.
We got cookies and dips and everything, huh? Okay.
Because whenever...
Lydia, you want to chat?
He's a robot. He's an actual robot. Someone programmed him. They were like, Uche, pretend to be a human. Observe the food and then get to your objective. And then he walked out. He's like,
we have some dip and food. Wow. Lydia, can I talk to you?
Awesome. This dude is awesome.
I think it's very possible that Lydia came into the experiment with the wrong intention, and I want to get to the bottom of it.
So we have part 2 of Meddling Men, which is, I guess, the new series we got here. People who see that other people are in relationships and then they start talking crazy. This time, you know, maybe he has a little more validity. I'm not sure. All I know is that Uche and Lydia are a bit different to Johnny and Izzy, but Uche really wants to get to the bottom of this, so him and Lydia have a talk in private.
You had a lot of qualities that I really liked. She's ambitious, she's caring. I think we just need to both be honest.
So Uche 3000 starts off with compliments. He knows that that will then get him to say what he really needs in his objective to get to the bottom of this. He says, you're really cool. I like that you like the colors of coloring books or whatever. Then he's like, hey, I need to get to the bottom of this, so here's what happened. And Lydia listens, and this is a precursor for the next episode. I'm going to tell you right now. If you made it this far, next episode is going to be like mind-blowing almost in how much drama there is. If you haven't seen the drama, but this is the precursor to it.
You weren't being exactly honest with me. You lied to me.
I didn't lie.
Action.
I didn't lie to you.
If you were being honest with me, why was I upset then?
Damn. I mean, because you could feel upset even if someone tells the truth, Uche. Who programmed you wrong there, bruh? I'm sorry. If you were telling the truth, then I wouldn't be upset about the situation. Come on. If someone tells the truth, you gotta be happy about it. Right?
You asked me a question, asked you what made you ask that question. You said, oh, I just had this intuition.
And I did.
You were going through my things.
Ooh, holy shit. Man, I hate when people go through your things. I mean, it's one thing when, like, you know, a girl's like, yeah, I found out. But it's like, yeah, but you also went through my property. It's a private. So this is always the age-old argument. If you find some shit on someone's phone, you know, is it bad that you went through and checked, or bad that they did it? Or is it both? I don't know. I feel like if someone gives you the password, you can look into it.
I opened a drawer.
You didn't tell me. Lydia, hold on.
No.
You didn't say, hey, Uche, I went through
You're
your
not going
things,
to talk to me like that.
And this is
Listen,
how
Uche.
this is how.
Oh my God, there's pointing and there's voice raising. Uche. After like 4 or 5 points, you know she's gonna start screaming. So somebody better talk, somebody better listen.
At the end of the day,
but you weren't honest about that until I told you that I'm never going to talk to you.
We are not supposed to be together.
I want to finish.
I really should have had it, like, you know, whine for every time a girl walks away, because this has happened an extensive amount of times at this point.
I don't want to talk to you.
Where the hell you been? Well, your woman is in there arguing, talking to Uche.
Yeah, and someone's like, Milton, what the hell have you been doing? And he's like, I'm trying to piss, G. Yeah, I mean, he says he's using the urinal. He gets more candid and starts saying he took a piss after this because so many people ask where he was.
I started getting messages from girls that I follow saying that you have been watching their stories, right? You were going through my followers, picking out girls.
So Lydia and Uche get back to it. They start talking, and then Uche brings up the fact that he's like, yo, how is this happening if you couldn't have known this? Honestly, I'm not in the situation. I don't know what happened, but this is before Love is Blind. I find it really, really odd that two people from across America both didn't know they were going on the show and then met each other. It's conceivable that, you know, that's fine. And if you were casting in one specific area, maybe that would happen. But, like, I mean, there's some backstory to this that when you look at it logically, it's like, how does this make sense? Because it doesn't to me.
Lydia. And then you drove by my house one day. You took a picture of my house and you sent it to me.
So then Uche brings up the stuff that he was bringing up to Aaliyah, talking about how she pulled up to his house and Lydia's denying all of this. But then she says this.
You said, I see you.
I was passing by and we were having a conversation. Don't act like you didn't have that about it. Okay, Uche, this conversation is going nowhere. I'm just trying to tell you how.
I mean, I don't even know how to interpret that. She was passing by and they were having a conversation. I feel like if I'm passing my friend's house and I take a picture of him and I'm like, I see you. That's weird on a friendship level. So, like, doing it on a relationship level, especially when you're broken up, I feel like that's pretty crazy. I don't know who to believe, though.
Really? Screenshots? It's fucking comical. He knows what happened really between us.
So then they interview Lydia in private and she says her own thing. Like, Uche had his own version of the story. When they interview Lydia, she's like, yeah, that's a joke. Because what really happened was this.
Do you want like me to share what happened? Do you want to tell me about the sexting?
What? Sexting? Oh my God, he's sexting up? Like while they were dating, after they were dating, before they were dating, right now? What's happening?
He slept with a girl when he was dating with me, and then had the nerve to judge Aaliyah when she told her about her past.
Wait. So you saying that, that Uche cheated while he was with Lydia?
You serious?
Because if that's true, not only is Uche wrong for doing that to Lydia, but judging Aaliyah and then not bringing that up at all would be insane for his credibility. So that's a big thing to bring up. But then, if Lydia knew that Uche did that, why didn't she tell Aaliyah when Aaliyah brought up the fact that Uche was judging her on cheating? Is it because she just wanted to be a good friend? Or did she want them to have a relationship ruined? There is so much going on with that sentence, and I just don't know who to believe.
I have one last thing.
After this,
I have one last thing.
Super disappointed
one
in
last
you,
thing.
Uche.
I have one last thing.
Super disappointed. I thought you were the great guy.
So then they start screaming. They both said they thought they were great people, but then they're not. And she goes full South America on his ass.
This shit?
I just showed you.
I ain't gonna deal with this shit.
I just showed you.
I ain't gonna deal with this shit.
She walked away twice from the same conversation.
I ain't gonna deal with this shit. You need to get your personality checked.
I'm not the one that was stalking people's Instagrams.
Milton!
Lydia. Yeah, so as the music tension hypes up, Lydia is raising her voice. You know what they say, when you raise your voice, you lose the argument. But there is a zero factual basis. Everyone is saying opposite things. You don't know who to believe. She walks away from the conversation. Uche is just sitting there. He had one thing to say. We never know what that one thing is. And she gets Moulton, who is taking a piss.
Fucking done. If me and Milton can get through this, we can get through anything.
Let's walk away from her. I want to chat.
So somehow Moulton transports over to Uche, and then they have a conversation. And I'm just realizing Uche is really tall as well. Because Moulton's, what he said, 6'7"? Uche looks like he's 6'5" or something. And that's how the thing ends. That's how it ends. We are left on the second cliffhanger because Love is Blind needs more episodes for people to watch. As I said, the season is so deathly behind on everything that they can't release all the episodes at once because they need people to regain the attraction and want to watch the series. Just like a Love is Blind contestant, you need to do manipulation of some sort in order for them to love you. We're left with questions like, is Uche right? Is Lydia right? Are they gonna fight? Are they gonna make up? Is Moulton and Lydia gonna be okay? Why is Stacy annoyed at Izzy? Is Izzy and Johnny gonna fight? Are Chris and Izzy gonna fight? All of these questions in the next episode of Dragon Ball Love is Blind. But I do have the coming up segment, so let's see if we can unpack some of that.
You make me feel like I'm not enough for you.
You're being defensive.
Okay, so we have some more misunderstanding between Izzy and Stacy. Nothing new.
What do I owe you? I don't trust you for shit. Like, I made mistakes.
No, Johnny crying. Nothing new there. I should drink, but the water ran out.
You're a shit person.
Oh, okay. Stacy saying some bullshit. Nothing new there.
Curious what someone 30 would be interested in a 24-year-old.
Milton's family hating on Lydia. Nothing new there.
Lydia planned to be here with me. It's not fate. She fucking planned for us to both be here.
Uche trying to figure out what the hell actually happened in life. Nothing new there.
I love Izzy. He's amazing. He's the best man that I've ever met. Ride or die. You fight.
Oh, and then apparently everyone solved their problems and everything's good. Now they have the happy parts.
I love Izzy. I've seen myself marrying him.
Well, being in love with Stacy has been a crazy ride, but there's no one else that I would want to do it with.
Yep, so there's more stuff like the wedding, will they, won't they, everyone's waiting. And I'll tell you right now, the last 3 episodes come out in piece fashion unlike any other. They come out in episodes 2 and then a week later, episode 3. So if you're wondering why this is taking so long or I'm taking as long to do the videos, I'm just waiting for them to come out.
Now is the time to decide if love is blind.
I just want to be loved the way that I love.
I got here.
Yeah, and we don't obviously know, will the 2 couples say yes or no? I'm taking bets. In the next episode, will tell you what I think, but I'm taking bets in the comment section. Someone's gonna win it. What are you gonna win? A chance to be on Love is Blind with me next season in Australia. if they ever do one. I'm joking, of course. I gotta say, the series is long and hard. And it contributes to my drinking problem. So if you haven't subscribed or, you message me, do so, because I think it's just getting worse every season, and I don't know if I can do another one of these. But anyway, the episodes come out soon. Hopefully we'll get to figure out the resolution and climax. Will they, won't they? What will happen to these couples? All I can say is that, hey, if you're gonna talk to people, talk to them nicely, because you never know where it's gonna end up. It's not hard to be decent to a person, and if you have something that you think is an emotional reaction, think about, if I say it in 2-3 days, will I still mean it? If that's the case, then say it. But you have to live with your consequences. And it's just so easy to make someone's day bad. It's just as easy to make someone's day nice. And sometimes preventing that is pretty good. So if I could say anything to Stacy and Izzy and Johnny and Uche and everyone else, choose your words carefully. Everyone matters. Until then, I will see you on the next episode. Hopefully, we'll get to the bottom of this. Love is blind, but it's also first class, baby.